We begin in Tuscaloosa. The Alabama defense is what it is under Nick Saban, but the Crimson Tide offense is better than ever on his watch. Bama threw for 332 yards in a blowout of Tennessee, 198 from starter Jalen Hurts, and 134 from backup Tua Tagovailoa. Even though Calvin Ridley is the only reliable receiver on the roster, both quarterbacks are capable of making huge plays in the passing game. As for the running game, the Tide put up 272 yards on the ground despite no single ball carrier going for more than 72. Damian Harris and Bo Scarborough combined for 3 touchdowns. Reserves, Joshua Jacobs, Najee Harris, Brian Robinson, and Ronnie Clark all had a run of at least 12 yards. This is the #1 offense in the SEC, both in terms of yards and points per game, by a wide margin. As if Saban's defense wasn't scary enough by itself. All right, let's take it to the house with a pick 6. Another game, another embarrassing performance from the Volunteers. If not for a 97-yard pick 6 from Danielle Batuli, this team would have been shut out for the second time in 3 weeks. Because Butch Jones is still employed, he's unlikely to be pink-slipped during the season. The schedule is soft the rest of the way too. A bowl berth isn't out of the question, but it's not a matter of if Jones will be fired. It's only a matter of when. LSU is once again stating its case as DBU, picking off Shea Patterson 3 times in a convincing win over Ole Miss. Grant Delpit looks like the next great safety for the Tigers, as he led the team with 9 tackles and also had one of those INTs. He's a true freshman, by the way. The Bayou Bengals have held 7 of 8 opponents under 200 yards passing, including the high-octane Rebels. Delpit is a big reason why. Speaking of Patterson, just like Chad Kelly this past year, his campaign has come to a premature end due to a knee injury. Patterson was on pace to break the all-time conference record for passing yards in a season, set by Tim Couch at Kentucky in 1998, but he's far from a finished product. Against Alabama and LSU, clearly the 2 most dangerous secondaries he faced, he threw 0 TD passes and was intercepted 5 times. Kam Pettway seemed like Kam Pettway for the first time all season, running for 90 yards and 3 touchdowns on only 11 carries in Auburn's bludgeoning of Arkansas. I maintain that Pettway and Kerryon Johnson are the league's best 1-2 tandem at tailback when fully healthy, although that hasn't happened very often. The Tigers host both Georgia and Alabama in November. If they're going to make one last push for Atlanta, they'll need Pettway and Johnson at 100%. As for the Razorbacks, there's no way this roster can compete in the West. From offense to defense to special teams, there isn't one position group on this team that, as Brett Bielema likes to say, is uncommon. Austin Allen was ineffective and then got injured. This season's 3-4 defense is every bit as bad as last season's 4-3. Like Butch Jones on Rocky Top, this is year 5 for Bielema with the Hogs. If it hasn't happened yet, it's probably not gonna happen. I know it's been a tough 2017 at Missouri, but why is Drew Lock still throwing touchdown passes on Idaho late in the 3rd quarter with a 44-point lead? Lock finished the game with 467 yards and 6 TDs through the air, almost all of it meaningless. This is why nobody takes the Tigers seriously, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Padding stats against inferior competition doesn't make up for all those eggs being laid in SEC play. And finally, Mississippi State's beatdown of Kentucky confirmed what we've known for way too long. The West is still vastly superior to the East. After Alabama and Georgia, who is the 3rd best team in the league right now? More important, how far down the list do we have to go before even considering a team from the East? In the West, maybe it's Auburn, The Tigers have an improving passing game, a strong running game, and a talented front seven. Maybe it's LSU. The Bayou Bengals are starting to figure out Matt Canada's system. Darius Geis is finally healthy and the secondary is coming alive. Maybe it's Texas A&M. Kevin Sumlin has coached well under pressure. Kellen Mond has some upside and the pass rush is outstanding. It's not South Carolina or Florida from the East. Texas A&M has already beaten both of them. Kentucky had its chance Saturday and got blown off the field. Like Jim Morrison used to sing, the West is the best. Thank you for watching, and for all SEC all the time, visit SaturdayDownSouth.com.